Can you just give us your name and your final rank and everything before we start?
Buol Hinman, gone up KFC a couple times.
What made you enlist it in the beginning?
Didn't.
You didn't? You were drafted?
Pearl Harbor Day, my father said, don't get excited. So when they want you, they'll come and get you. They waited until I was 18.
Were you excited or were you scared?
You know when I got drafted?
Yeah,
Or
when you
Pearl
got
Harbor Day?
drafted.
No, it was the thing that government told us to go, we never went.
Did you choose the Army or did
No.
they put you there?
They went.
Did they put you in
Yeah,
the
I was
Army?
drafted into the Army. The other services didn't draft.
Oh.
What kind of training did you have to do?
Basic. That's what it was called. And it's 17 weeks.
Can you describe like what you exactly did during it?
What did we do? We learned a lot of things. Different ways to kill people, different ways to protect ourselves, different ways to support other troops, how to lay minefields, how to take up minefields, how to build bridges, how to take down bridges, road maintenance. We were the engineers.
How many places did you travel to when you went over to Europe?
I went to Africa first.
Mm-hmm.
Fast convoy, 21 days. Coast to Oran, Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed there, well, maybe a month.
Mm-hmm.
49 boxcars to Casablanca. Got on a ship, Casablanca to Scotland, and then to England in January 44. We left in November 43.
Mm-hmm.
January we were in England for training. Norfolk was going for.
Yeah. What place did you like the most or the least that you went to?
The least would be Africa, that was easy. The best would be England.
In the information we got on you, it said that you were a demolition specialist. Can you explain like what that is or what you did?
It was supposed to be knowledgeable of explosives, mines, ours and theirs. They were way ahead of us on building mines.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamite work, TNT work, blowing up pillboxes.
What was your most interesting or inspiring experience from
Surviving. What was exciting was getting blown up.
Can you explain about that?
It was interesting. When I first got in the Army, got in the engineers, I wrote an uncle who was a colonel.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, don't get blown up, you'll learn a lot about explosives. And I wound up with both. Back to the question. What's the question again?
Just explain the experience of getting blown up. Like, how did that happen?
Thanksgiving Day, 1944. Our mission was to go clear a road of mines so the artillery could trucks up and bring ammunition to the guns. We swept the road. We found you do it with a mine detector.
Mm-hmm.
It was buzz when we find some metal. Technique was to probe with a bayonet in the buzz area. We found 5 mines, located them, clear off the dirt out of them, hook onto them with a wire, rope, whatever, and pull them. You get back a ways behind something when you pull them. And if they're activated, or 3 of the 5 went off.
Mm-hmm.
Exploded when we pulled them. We were hoping we'd be lifting them up. One area, buzz, the detector said there's something metal guys checked it with myself with bayonets, probing.
Mhm.
Bayonet blades about this long. The lieutenant even checked it.
Mhm.
He said, no, man, let's go. Can you stop a minute?
Yep.
I avoid my nose, I fight my cold. So we went ahead, the truck had the rubble on it. I better finish doing this first.
Thanksgiving Day, what year?
1944.
44.
Let's see, 3 of them went off, so the truck is backing up with rubble, refuse. We're going to fill those in, making a
Mhm.
smooth road for them. I'm standing behind the truck. I was a Jeep driver at that time. The lieutenant was visiting with another lieutenant from another platoon who was asking for us to come help them to bring ahead.
Mhm.
Went together, and I would say, nope, I promised our boys we'd go get our turkey.
Mhm.
And when our job was done, she told me to go get the chief. So I walked forward, and the truck is coming backward, and I step aside for the truck to go, and I'm between the space of the width of this table. When the truck hits the mine, and boom, I'm going up in front of the truck, and two lieutenants were killed. I was probably a yard away from them. I figured the inside wheel caught the mine.
Mhm.
The outside wheel must have deflected the blast up, and that close to it, but it only caught me under the chin and the face. And,
Did you have to go there for a while? Like, how long did you stay there?
about 6 weeks between, I guess, 3 different hospitals. First was went to an aid station. First thought I was blind, couldn't see.
Mhm.
Aid station, guy got my left eye open. I could see him. I was real happy moment. Morphine, whatever, threw me up, put me in half-track. Ambulance to the hospital in Hurling and Holland. Operated on that night. Chaplain found me the next morning. I'd been listed as missing in action. We stayed there about a week. Transferred to Liège, Belgium. The Germans were sending in buzz bombs. And Air Corps guys who'd come up there going towards the front for them to go for surgery or something.
Mhm.
Buzz bomb would come over, they'd run to the window to watch for it. I'd try and get out and get under the bed. But I stayed there about a week, then flown to England, and to another hospital where they decide where to send you. There was an overnighter. And then the hospital down in Swindon, Sarah's sister. What they did there was finally sew up my final cut.
Mhm.
Promise was they're going to send me to Valley Forge Hospital, Pennsylvania, for plastic surgery. This cut, I went from here to here, came out so well with the temporary stitches, and put me out and got me in the Air Corps. Became a garbage man in the Air Corps.
Were you unconscious after this happened, or were you right after it happened?
It's strange. At the time it happened, I knew right away it was a bomb. I mean, it was a missile. Sensations I've never had before. I've been knocked out before.
Mhm.
Different methods. This was not like that.
Mhm.
Everything was white. My mind was working. I knew it was a bomb. I knew I felt no pain, no discomfort. It's like feeling a weightlessness.
Mhm.
Figured I was dead. Hoped my parents would know how pleasant it was, and how there hadn't been any pain or anything like that. I don't know how they're going to work. I remember reading an article in the Reader's Digest about how they conducted tests for all the near-death people to try and find out how painless meds or anything.
Mhm.
And the conclusion was that it isn't painless. It wasn't, and they were right. If I would die. But anyway, then I heard a guy yell, "Jesus, they're all dead." And I realized that. My face was on fire. I could hear them, and they came running up to me. I realized I could move my arms and legs, but I just couldn't see anything. And medic gave me morphine and put me in the ambulance. And they had to wait for another guy, my lieutenant. They said, "We got another one." Put him in. He was gasping for breath. And they took us to the aid station, and he died there. I didn't. But I got back when we got out of the service and went back to college. In college, I went to the library. I got the Reader's Guide and looked up, find that article.
Mhm.
The Reader's Digest. It was written in 1937. And how I thought of it then, I don't know. Mind stores these things. It's crazy. But to me, it was true. Long answer, short question.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
It also said that on June 16th, 1944, you guys went under fire.
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
June 16th. Oh, yeah, that's when we landed. That's when we landed. That's when we landed on Normandy, yeah. Omaha Beach.
Can you
The beach
describe
was
it?
secure and everything. Then we just, we were, I don't know, maybe a few miles inland. And on the trucks, convoying out.
Mhm.
Lieutenant, the guns are getting louder and the sky's getting redder.
Mhm.
We're getting them. We figure he's lost. And finally turned around and went back and found the right place.
Was that the first time you guys were under fire, or?
Yeah, we weren't under fire.
Yeah,
but,
well.
We knew there was fire up there.
Was when you were in the explosion, was that the only time you received injuries, or did you receive more during
No,
that?
that was it. Cuts and scratches.
What weapons did you have with you during it, and how were they compared to the enemy's weapons?
We had the M1 rifle, Briana rifle. That was better than the German rifles. But all the other weapons the Germans had were better than ours. They had Schmeisser machine guns that were more rapid than the Thompsons. The Lugers, they might have been on a par with our 45s. They were more accurate, but didn't have the wall our pistols had. And their mines, they were way ahead of us.
Mhm.
They had mines made out of glass, so metal detector couldn't find them. Stuff like that. They had, every one had a universal well in which you could thread in a detonator. Go on any one of their dozen different mines, or go on any explosive charge they have. They've been ready for a long time.
Do you think they were more prepared than you guys were by a lot? Why exactly did you leave?
Leave
The,
what?
Services.
yeah.
Why would you like to
Left a
leave?
lot of places.
Like when you were totally finished, why did you
Was
leave the
it-
services?
Why did I leave the service? Go back to college,
What college did you go to?
Dartmouth.
What do you think of the unit you were working with?
Finest thing I've ever been associated with.
You liked everyone there?
No. No, you had a choice who you could buddy up with. They're the finest group of men I've ever been associated with. I've been to a lot of different groups.
Do you keep in contact with some of them, like
Yes,
the ones that survived?
as much as we can. I'm the editor of the local, of our association newsletter, so that keeps me in touch with them. And we've got, probably 200 who know where they are. We've got probably 350 that are on our roll, out deceased. We've got, I guess we got about 24 of them. But they're just a wonderful bunch of guys that were thrown
The ones that were killed in action, was that hard to deal with, or was it, there was so much going on that?
Well, you went on, and see, that's too bad, and you went on and
Mhm.
did your work, and glad it wasn't you.
Yeah. Were there women working around you at the time, or
For the what?
were there any women working around you at the time?
No.
No.
The only women you saw were maybe a nurse in the hospital
Mhm.
or the Red Cross.
Were they all nice? And
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Hadn't been nice, they wouldn't have been there.
What do you
I
think?
had a cousin when we were in England, stationed near Rome. I had a first cousin that ran the Red Cross agency 5 miles away. You'd see her regularly. Used to go help herself once.
What do you think about the war in Iraq right now?
I wish it were over. It's disappointing that the Iraq people don't seem as interested in winding it up as we do. I think we were right in going there. I don't know what the right way was to get out.
Mhm.
I got one commander-in-chief, and I think we should support it.
What were your thoughts or opinions when we were attacked on September 11th?
When we were attacked on September 11th.
The Twin Towers.
Oh,
2001.
yeah, okay. Interesting, we were in a national park in Wyoming. And we're on our way to Canada. Didn't believe it at first.
Mhm.
We were having breakfast in a hotel, and I said, hey, planes that hit Twin Towers in Europe. Only one TV in the whole hotel,
Mhm.
National Park Hotel. And it was in the bar, and then it was crowded, and there was the film. And shock. How did this happen? See, they replaying over and playing again to see the second plane come back,
Mhm.
exploding, and terror in the streets. And the only thing you could do was pray for him.
Yeah.
Did you have a?
We were worried about our going into Canada and
Uh-huh.
getting back into the States and things like that.
Did you have a similar feeling as to when they were attacked in Pearl Harbor, or was it different?
It was different. One was military, one was terrorists.
Mhm.
Would you let or approve of your children or grandchildren joining the services, the forces?
I wondered. There are times that I wish they had been in the service. It's a wonderful training ground. But an awful lot of things can go wrong in there, too. I'm glad they didn't have to. I kind of wish they had the opportunity to have that kind of training. But, next answer to that, I can't have a yes or no.
Now, you said you were a garbage man in the Air Corps.
Mhm.
Is that just because you ended up getting injured, or?
Yeah, I have, because of my loss of sight in my right eye, I was disqualified for any further
Mhm.
combat action. And got, at that time, after the Battle of the Bulge was winding up,
Mhm.
they were doing everything they could to get guys that could handle a gun to get thrown up into the lines
Mhm.
to stop the Germans. That was the biggest offensive by either of us in the war, biggest battle of the war. And it was a question of getting all the manpower they could. I went through a Repo depot with it and then put it into an Air Corps
Mhm.
troop carrier. And they couldn't be nicer to me.
Mhm.
Because they want to know what it's all like, all this stuff. And because they were afraid of getting pulled out
Mhm.
and put in the infantry and sent forward. It worked our advantage. It was troop carrier outfitted. They already had 6 or 7 battle stars. They were all the very
Mhm.
I got another battle star by being in the troop care outfit because they carried the 17th Airborne Division over Wesson. They were crossing the Rhine. And there I was. A guy that all I did was help load guys out of the planes. Everybody weighed an extra 100 pounds and push them up on. I got a battle star for it. Gave me another 5 points. Got me up to 80.
What other medals or awards did you receive and why?
Purple Heart actually is the only one. Never got a good conduct medal. I was told by the major units that I had an exemplary record, but didn't give me a medal. Presidential units. Let's see. The outfit was one of 2 most decorated combat engineer outfits, the 82nd. Originally, we were formed up in Texas, the 82nd Combat Engineer Regiment.
Mhm.
That is 6 line companies in the headquarters, A, B, C, D, E, F. A month after we'd been set that way, they decided we were in that regiment. So they broke us up into the 82nd Combat Engineer Battalion, and we became A, B, and C companies, put into the 82nd Battalion. D, E, and then D, E, and F companies of the 82nd Regiment became the 291st Combat Engineer Battalion. Strangely, those 2 battalions, to our knowledge, are the only 2 battalions that won both the Presidential Unit Citation for French Croix de Guerre and the Belgian Four Guerre for their actions. Each one of them in a different place doing something different. But they were good outfits. Did a lot of good work. Our job was to keep the infantry moving. If there was a job to do, to clear a minefield ahead of them, we'd go out and do that. And they'd go on through or to go build a bridge. And so they could keep going, tanks and infantry and that stuff, and get the bridge done. We could tell when we were 90 millimeter guns were. And then after a while, the 155s would move up. The 90s moved up. And then the 240s would come up and move up. And the 155s moved up. And we knew when the 240s came, we were time to go back up. They can go ahead somewhere. And then going across France, that was a race. Going through Germany, I wasn't there. I'd already left. By being in the hospitals on Thanksgiving Day, I was there when the guys were coming in from the Battle of the Bulge. A lot of them were coming in with trench feet, awful to see them. Black, feet were black. Getting wet all the time, frozen, frost like that. They weren't equipped for it, they weren't ready for it.
What did you think of your officers, and did you like them all?
Not all. Most of them. Best friend of the service now is our lieutenant. Wonderful guy. Enjoyed traveling with him. Went back to Europe with him. Good, beautiful family. Other good friends down in Ovid. And we'll meet once every couple months over at Plainville Turkey Farm. Have visits for each other, have a good time getting together. There'll be a reunion. This is May, this month. Out of the 250 guys alive, there's going to be about 13 of them will come to the reunion and bringing in their children or other relatives and such. So we'll be up to what we got, maybe 50, 60 people. And we'll tour Boston, have a good time, tell them lies.
A lot of people have different opinions about dropping the atomic bomb. What is your opinion on that?
One of the greatest things we did. This saved more lives than anything else that was done in the war. This saved not only American lives, this saved more Japanese lives than anything possible. The Japanese were ready for the defense of their homeland. Everybody had a weapon. Everybody had a cave. Everybody everybody was a kamikaze. They turned it completely. Their Air Force, we thought we'd driven it up out of the skies. It was all pulled back in reserve, full of thousands of kamikaze planes to kill our ships.
Mhm.
As soon as they came in. It was, people don't realize how many lives were saved by using the atomic bomb. Whether we've used it properly since, that's another question, but it was the greatest thing that, with one stroke you can end a war.
Mhm.
Don't you wish we had something like that for Iraq?
Mhm.
Do it one thing, we
Yeah.
could do it, it would end the war.
Well, do you have anything else you'd like to add? 'Cause
Any
it's-
stories or?
The garbage man did, I better explain that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in, at one point after the war, it ended in Europe and actually winding down to London, ended in Japan too. They were trying to figure out how to get home. The guys were getting sent to the Pacific. We had, I was in the 313th Troop Carrier.
Mhm.
And they were gonna go to the Pacific, and so they, okay, you can't go, we've got an outfit over here to get home, and we're gonna send you over there, and they sent me with the 441st Troop Carrier outfit. And the good thing that happened there was, the day after I got there, they said, hey, you want, we have guys, what do you wanna pass to Paris? Sure I do. I passed to Paris for 3 days, or a 7-day pass to Chamonix, the ski center, resort in
Mhm.
France. I took to Paris. And the Paris thing turned out, I went in there on May 7th, May 8th, it was E Day. The war, Paris was, wouldn't believe it. The Champs-Élysées was a solid mass of people. That's from the Place de la Concorde on the one end all the way up the Arc de Triomphe to the other. Just full of people all day long. We got up to see where de Gaulle. We saw de Gaulle, thought he laid a wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier. I actually stepped on the wreath that he laid on the tomb of the unknown soldier by being pushed in by the crowd. There was a French honor guard all around. They're all on crutches. See, they're all good Frenchmen. But I was carrying the Red Cross girl on my shoulders, de Gaulle. And we had 2 guys, friends of hers, who were MPs, and they're going through the crowd with their MP banners and got us right up there. They turned on the lights for the first time, I guess, probably 6 years, maybe more. And drove around, and got a chance to drive all around that night, and exceeded with command car. But if anybody saw a vehicle moving, they climbed on it. It was amazing. It's just, I never saw so many people so happy in my life.
Mhm.
But it was a great occasion. Lucky to be there. Very lucky to be there.
Mhm.
Well, I noticed there was the garbage man there. In these
Yeah.
different outfits, I went around, I finally wound up in the 6th Aerodrome Squadron. The day I got there, there's one of these again, they're going from the 441st to the 9th Tactical Air Command
Mhm.
headquarters. They're going to, they got their orders, they're going to the Pacific. So they told me, well, you can't send me. Maybe you can. Well, I got a Class D profile. Okay, all right. You go over here and they found me in the 6th Aerodrome Squadron, which was the maintenance squadron for the base.
Mhm.
The German Air Base, not some American Air Base. And everybody else has got jobs. I didn't have one. We lived in 3-story barracks. Big barracks. It's good for the Luftwaffe. And at the entrance to the dorm, the big 55-gallon drums.
Mhm.
And everybody put their trash in there. The first sergeant would come around, wake me up in the morning before the captain came around, make his inspections, make the bed, go down, go to the motor pool, get the Jeep and the trailer, come back to the barracks. The guys, the DPs, displaced persons, would always hang around. They would load the trailer with emptying the barrels with all the trash, put it in the trailer. You could take a couple of them for a ride to the dump. They loved to ride in the Jeep with the American troops and look down at their German captors. And so we go to the dump. The Germans would unload spotlessly
Mhm.
the trailer, looking for anything they could salvage or eat or anything. They were starving. They'd use anything they could in ingenious ways. They go through the specs, see what's available. Go back, drop off the DPs, go back to the motor pool, turn in the Jeep and the trailer. I was done for the day. That was my routine as a kindergarten.
Okay. We're pretty much.
Somehow, I guess it'd be a waste disposal engineer. It was a 2 years overseas.
Mhm.
Almost a year in the States. I was in 33 months. It was time well spent. There was a lot of time wasted. I could have gotten out earlier. I wasn't doing anything. There was no need for me in the service, but it was just filling time to get all these other guys home. I could have gotten back into college earlier. Going back through college would have been easier. You did what you could when you could. Glad you did it. Glad you glad that you survived. Everybody was glad. There were 5 fellows from Rome that were all in the 82nd Naval Engineer Battalion. Inducted in Sarasota, myself at the ones that's still up. Good guys, Mike Delaney, Warren Jones, and so myself, Ed, Bud, Mike. I'm missing, that's all. Ashamed of myself. Only 5 folks. Good guys.
Well, we're basically done unless you have any more stories or
enjoyed it.
anything.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it. Thank you. Sorry I didn't stutter and stammer.
Thank you.
too much.
No.
I appreciate what you're doing. This is,
We just need you to sign the release form
Where's your pen?
right here.
And do you mind if we take a picture with you?
I would be proud. Put my name up here. Date? 5/7? You know what tomorrow is? Think about it.
I don't think so.
Let's see, this is yours 07, right? Dates, where do I sign? Signature.